Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This battle has already started. In fact, it's been going for 10 seconds already, but hossballs was very late to load in. He's in the bishop, as usual, quite often in the bishop, and he's located on north spawn of Malinovka, and this was way back in 2021. So it's an old replay, an oldie but a goldie. Okay, 4.5 inch howitzer, knocking down the trees like mad, providing himself with loads of cover and his teammates at the same time. Hasn't taken any shots yet. Normally I try and put one shell in on the bush, the spotting bush, just to see if anybody's at home. You'd be surprised at the number of Type 64s and Chaffies and AMX 12-ton tanks that get wiped out because they were sitting in a bush and they got hit. Okay, I think he's going to do it now. In fact, he's not going to hit the bush. He fires his first shell at the hill opposite the spotting hill. Now, you can see there, I pulled back out because, yes, hossball's doing his famous shoot and then pull back, but the first shot actually wasn't spotted. We didn't get to see the shot. Still trying to select his targets. The only enemy in sight are right down on the west side of the map. They've crossed the field already, but they haven't made any further moves. It's a tier 5 game with only tier 5 tanks in it. Now, his team does have a PP. You saw that one earlier. And on the enemy team, they've got a Gorilla and an M41 HMC. Fires another one at the spotting bush, thinking somebody must be there. You can see he can't shoot all the way up the hill, only to this side of it, which is rather inconvenient actually. Most players who do play the bishop, if they want to shoot over the other side, they have to move a lot closer to the cliff edge, but that does put them at risk. Well, there is somebody there, because in fact there's two enemy tanks. Let's see what he can do. Rounds out. Well, the T67 had the good sense to pull back just in time. Firing blind again. Oh, but he just killed the T67, so he must have got a direct hit. More than likely it landed in the cockpit and wiped the complete crew out with one round. T67s don't have much armor. In fact, they were designed, the precursor to the Hellcat. So they were designed to be fast, but they weren't designed to hold off shells. And look at this, the enemy forces are making a concerted effort to get to our cap area. So much so, we've only got one tank in that area. It's a Stug by Aslains, well, it was a Stug 4, a Stug 4, but he's now out the game. So our cap area is kind of vulnerable at the moment. But we do have a Panzer IV nearby, and he should be able to hold off the enemy, even though he's badly damaged. He does, of course, have a quick-firing 75mm gun. We're 2 down on the enemy at the moment, mostly down to the action that actually approached our cap area. The enemy lost a lot of heavy tanks. They lost a T1 heavy. Well, in fact, that's the only heavy tank they've lost. Okay, our Panzer IV is moving into position so he can spot for us. We're looking for... There he is, the ELC, and he's very low on hit points. Rounds out. Well, he dies to the Panzer IV very, very quickly. And it would only take one round when you've got that little small amount of hit points. And now you can see the reason for knocking down those trees. Those trees are very helpful to keep them alive when there's when they're down on the enemy. Only one down at the moment, but the Panzer IV is moving south. As far as we know, there is a Type T34 down by the water's edge. And now we just spotted an M4A1. If we're going to attack that Type T34, we'll need to get closer. But if we do, we might be giving up territory that the enemy has captured. No, I think that T-34 and the M4A1 are staying to stop our team from actually going down the hill. It's the KV-1 that's undermining us because he's going to cross under the lip of the hill, and they've also got a KV-222 out of that team as well. He's staying in the bushes. Of course, he's got a tier 7 hull, but a tier 5 turret. Oh, there's the Type T-34. He was actually on the lakeside. Rounds out. No, missed that one. That Panzerfunktier, well, he's gone right down to the water's edge. But, oh, look at that. He's killed the Type. So he's gone. And now we've got a Leopard who's fairly close to us. That was the one that was hiding in the spotting area. That shell missed. Only used up 14 rounds so far. Rounds out. Nope, didn't get that one. Their KV-1 is taking a hammering up on top of the hill. He stopped and turned around. Instead of going underneath the lip of the hill and crossing that ground, he's actually tried to engage all of our team, and there he's gone. In the end, it was the AMX CLC who got him. So that guy might have the 90mm main gun. We still can't see the Leopard. Now that's a bit of a worry because that guy is a light tank. He could approach us under stealth of cover. He does have fairly good camo qualities, and of course he might have the autocannon. If he does have the autocannon, he can spray us with 30mm rounds. The enemy KV-222 is now going up the hill, but he's not faring any better than the KV-1, and he's gone. And that was a kill for our KV-1 on this side. So we're expecting the Leopard to be somewhere around here, but the Panzerfunktier on our team is now down at the other end of the map, and he's threatening their cap area. Meanwhile, our Fifi is having a bit of fun shooting at the enemy tanks that are near the hill. So we don't know where that Leopard's gone, and I think hossballs is reluctant to leave this area because he knows that if he does, our Fifi could suffer a kill from the Leopard. It's firing blind now. Terribly dangerous to leave this position and go out into the open, because the moment the Leopard sees him, he's in trouble. Bishops aren't particularly fast. They're very slow indeed. They can only do 24 kilometers an hour. It's based on a light tank. It's a walking tank. The one good thing is that he's not firing a huge amount of ammunition. He's holding on to it because he's got nothing to shoot at the moment. But the bad news is we just lost the Panzerfunktier, and it was taken out by the Leopard. The Leopard went all the way down to the south of the map, so he's not up here at all. He's gone all the way down to the south. He's killed our premium tank. He only had half his hit points left, but that does put a bit of a problem on us because now we've only got 3 tanks left. 2 of them Arty. The other one is our AMX CLC. That's a big hit on the Wolverine. If we can repeat that, then the Fifi can possibly get the kill. Oh no, he got the kill. So that's hossballs' second kill of the game. The AMX CLC, well, he does have a lot of hit points, but he's about to lose a large number of them because he's trying to engage the enemy tanks on his own, and no, it doesn't work out. Now it's 2 Arty versus 5 enemy. 2 Arty versus 5 enemy. Yes, we can still fight, but now it's going to become a close range action because although the Fifi does have very good view range, it's got 390 meters, he's actually in the woods, and the woods do cut back on the view range. So he's going to only see the enemy when they get really close. And it's the same for the bishop. It might even be better for the Fifi to actually head towards the woods on the other side of the inlet. If he was to go to C1, he would actually have better sighting. In fact, he's come forward. Oh, and hossballs wipes out the M4A1 with one shot, but he did get spotted as he was right close to the edge of the map. And hossballs puts a round into the T-34. We got spotted again, but our Fifi is firing. Can we get a kill shot? Yes, we do! So we did take one round from the T-34. It was only a 55mm round, so it didn't do a huge amount of damage. Or 57mm, I should say, not a 55mm. It didn't do a huge amount of damage to us. Only 85 hit points, which is the alpha, funnily enough. We've lost the Fifi, though. So it's now hossballs on his own against two Arty. One of those Arty is a gorilla, and the other one is an M41 HMC. Now, the enemy knows where we are, and that might be useful because it's going to encourage him to come to us because they know where we are. So hossballs could stay in these bushes and anticipate the enemy arriving. Alternatively, he could find a new firing position and kind of intercept and ambush the enemy as they get close. Either way, if the enemy is close enough, he could be attacked by two Arty at the same time. And if one Arty attacks him by trying to find him on the ground, the other one could fire at him from a distance away. Both Arty have got the run of the entire map. So long as they're near the center of the map, they can shoot over the entire range of the map. The M41 can fire from one side of the map to the other, though. That's got a much longer range because it's a 155mm howitzer, whereas the Grilla has only got a 15cm. This thing is a 4.5-inch howitzer, which is 114.3mm. But as you know, it's very powerful. And there's the Grilla. So it's the gorilla that's decided to come. Oh! One shot and he wipes him out. He did get spotted though. So he's changing position. The M41 doesn't know where he is. So now it's 1-on-1 with 2 minutes left to go. They've got a real chance of winning this now. Most of hossballs' team must have been wondering, oh, how are we going to win this one when it's two Arty versus 6 enemy? And it just really, or was it 6? I think it was 6 or it was 5 anyway. But certainly it was a lot of enemy tanks. And you can see he's doing his unusual thing with his staying in battle assistant and driving the tank around the battlefield, still in the aim mode. It's not unique to hossballs, but it's very, very unusual because it's very difficult to do. Hossballs seems to love it, but other people find it very, very difficult to aim and drive around whilst in battle assistant. Mainly because if the enemy gets too close to you, it gets very confusing. And here's the M41, so he's got a real chance now. Well, he gets a hit with his first shot, and the M41 is tracked, so he can't turn towards us. Yep, in fact, it looks like, yep. That's it! That's the game! He won for his team and gets a Top Gun. Here's the end of battle stats. That's another ace tanker for hossballs in the Bishop. He managed to get a counter battery fire medal for taking out both enemy SPGs. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 16. And he got a Top Gun because he took out all the remaining tanks and picked up 6 kills. His winning in that battle, 5,922, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. He said it was a nail biter to the wire. It certainly was. It was getting down to the last minute when the game was won. Let's have a look at team score. He didn't get the highest damage in the game on this one. No, because the highest damage went to the Wolverine on the enemy team. He got 1,810 hit points of damage. He picked up a Confederate, not the high caliber, so it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool, and that's why he didn't get it. Second highest damage went to the PP on the enemy team, who managed 1,000, or PP on his own team rather, who got 1,605 hit points of damage. And in third place, it was the Gorilla on the enemy team, who managed 1,534. We can see that hossballs actually got the fourth place when it came to damage, 1,406 hit points. When it came to kills, he got the highest number on those. 6 kills to hossballs, 3 kills to the Panzerfunktier, and also to the Gorilla on the enemy team. And 2 kills went to the PP on his own team, and also the T1 Heavy and the Leopard on the enemy team. The Wolverine on the enemy team got the Confederate. We mentioned that already. When it came to base XP, it's hossballs again. So he's got 2 out of 3 and 4th place on the other one. 832 went to hossballs. 812 went to the Panzerfunktier, and 742 went to the PP on his own team, who put up a grave fight and got wiped out, unfortunately, just before or just after they managed to kill the T-34, after hossballs killed that T-34. So let's have a look at detail. He fired 26 rounds, so he had 13 rounds left at the end of the game. He had 9 direct hits on the enemy and 3 penetrating shots. One of those included the T-67, who definitely was wiped out by a penetrating shot because he was completely blown. Yep, 383 and 1 penetrating shot. The Gorilla, I would have thought, yes, because very thin armor on Gorillas, and he got a penetrating shot on that guy as well. And did he penetrate the T-34? No, he didn't. He didn't even penetrate the Leopard, for that matter, or the Wolverine. But he did penetrate the M41 HMC because he has no armor as well. And so, yes, one of those shots did wipe him out completely. Going back to detail, we can see he did get 8 splashes as well. 1,406 hit points, of which 722 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see that close range action as the enemy closed on us on the woods where we were. And hossballs had to put up a fight at almost shotgun range and did manage to wipe out the enemy. He did receive 1 hit. It was a penetrating shot. That was from the T-34, but he did have the 57mm gun. So I keep forgetting the caliber. It's a 57mm. I think it was a 6-pounder type gun. Excuse me. And he got 1 penetrating shot, 85 hit points. 2 enemy vehicles were spotted, 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, 6 were killed. The 2 spotted ones were the Gorilla and the M41. And he earned, on a premium count, 22,141 credits. And he also picked up 1,248 experience points out of that one. As he said, it was a nail biter down to the wire because we didn't know which direction the enemy was going to come from. But it was good that the Fifi did actually stay where he did and came out to give close support to hossballs because he had the view range, but hossballs didn't. The only thing I would have said is that he would have been better off and he might have survived the battle if he'd gone to the south of the inlet and fired from there, because that way, if hossballs found them, then the Fifi would still keep in action, and if hossballs had been wiped out, the Fifi could have carried on. But as it was, he was able to get shots on the enemy at close range, and hossballs survived because I suspect the enemy was confused and they saw hossballs, and of course the T-34 shot at hossballs. But unfortunately, the enemy went to the wrong Arty. They tried to destroy the 105 Lefh 18B2, the Fifi La Pew Pew, and instead hossballs was saved, and he was able to carry on and wipe out the rest of the enemy. Hope you enjoyed that game. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.